Hey everybody, Marco here, and today we're going to do the last recording session for real this time. I did not think the last levels would have me stuck for that long, and well, let's see if we can finish the last 7 levels today. Yeah, last time we finished the Enlighten level pack and did half of the Challenge Ascend level pack. We've got 4 levels here left today, as well as 3 credits levels, where we've probably got the 3 different puzzle authors here, and 1 puzzle for each of them. And, well, let's do the challenge levels now. We've got Blueprint, Construction Work, Easy as 1, 2, 3, and Fortified. So let's check out Blueprint first. Okay, starting off, we've got a bunch of 1s here, and a bunch of zigzag connections with the 355 and the 445 down here. This water is going to go out. This 3 here, I think, is fairly restricted. It can only extend 1 space to the left and 1 space to the right, with the numbers below and on the sides blocking it. This 3 goes out, this 5 goes out. I feel like with the 3 and the 4 here, there should be some cells which are not reachable on the left side. We've got the 6 which can only go up to this point, so this spot is unreachable. This 3 goes to about this range here. This 4 goes to about this range here, so it doesn't reach this cell. This one is also unreachable from this 4 and this 4's point of view. Oh, this water goes up. Oh yeah, these bits of water have to go down. I think the 6 has to go up to here, because if this is water, the 6 can only take 5 cells. So this is definitely part of the 6. That means this bit of water has to connect to the rest through here. This is land. It can connect to the 6 or the 3, but this water needs to go down here. This cell, I think, is water, because if it's land, it can only connect to the 5, and that leaves this little isolated bit of water. So this is water. The cell here is unreachable, but, like, that's it. This cell also, it's gotta be water, because if it's land, that connects it to the 5, and that means this bit of water can't connect to the rest. But this isn't really saying anything at all. There's gotta be some other weird thing that's happening here. I think there's some unreachable cells on the right side here. This 6 can only go up to here, this 5 can only go up to here or so. So I don't think any of these cells are reached at all. This cell here is land, and it connects to the 6. This cell here is land. I think it can only connect to the 3. And there's this 2x2 here, which is in danger of forming a pool, because the 6 has to go over here. The only number that can reach this area is the 5. So it's going to connect like this. This bit of water has to connect to the rest, and it can't do that if this cell here is land, because this connection is going to happen something like this. So this is water. These 2 regions are separated. This goes up. This connects to the 6 somehow, this connects to the 5 somehow, so this bit of water needs to connect over here. We've got this little pattern going on here. That means this region of water at the top, it's got to connect to the rest of the water, and it can't do so on the right side anymore. It's got to go around the left side. That means this 6 here is going to have to take this cell, and it's going to take this one as well. So if we make this a part of the 3, that fences in the water on the left side up top here. So this has to go down like so. That is pretty neat. This water connects to the rest either on this point or somewhere over here. This water connection is here, or it goes around like this. So those are still flexible. Those still have options. Mm-hmm. This is getting a little bit tough to see. Okay, I think the 4 has to go in this direction here. Like at least 2 spaces to prevent a pool from forming here. That means it can only go up 1 space. Or down 1 space. This spot here is water. This doesn't really tell us anything at all, though. We've got to connect all the water somehow. We've essentially sort of got a diagonal fence here reaching the 5. And a diagonal fence here with the 4 and the 5, so the water's got to go in between here somehow. Like either these cells are water or these cells are water. Either this cell is water or these cells are water. These cells being water is bad, because that would force the 5 to go around like this, which isolates this bit of water. So this connection over this line here happens over here. That makes this 5 go out. And this bit of water has to connect to the water on the right side through this pocket here. Now this bit of water down here has to connect to this around the 4, meaning this belongs to the 5. This has to connect, that pushes the 4 to the left a bit. This connection either happens like so or like so. The connection across this line here happens either like this or like this. And like this is bad because that creates a pocket that can't be satisfied by this 5. So the water goes down here. This 5 is going to take this cell because it's restricted otherwise, meaning the water goes out here. Going to connect up top either like this or like this. Now this water at the bottom, because the diagonal wall exists here, it's got to connect around the 4. And it's going to connect through to this water through this spot. This cell here is unreachable from this 4, but this pocket has to be reached. That gives us this whole bit here. Just connecting all the water in the center. This pocket has to be satisfied by the 4, and that gives us the 3. Awesome. Okay, that was barely restricted at the end. That was neat. Alright. We've got a 1 up top here, and a zigzag over here, and a 1 at the bottom here. This cell has to go up, so the 5 goes up a bit. This cell here is water. That gives us a bunch of easy spots to start. Another zigzag over here. A bunch of numbers which are fairly close over here. Let's pick a point and stick with it. Over here, this 3, 5, 8 on the wall. These bits all have to extend to connect, or just reach their supposed size. This bit over here is unreachable from the 3, but this pocket has to be filled. I think all of these cells here are unreachable. This cell here has to be land. If it's not part of the 3, then this happens, so it's got to be part of the 3. This 8 here extends up a bit because it's only got 6 potential cells if this is blocked. So it goes up. And I think it's got 4 potential cells from this point. Now, where do we go from here? We've got a bunch of unreachable stuff over here on the right, top right corner. This cell here has to be filled out and it gets connected to the 3. This 2 flip-flops here. The 7 can't go up because that blocks the 3, so this is water. This cell has to be taken, but then the 3 can go like this or like this. Let's extend the zigzag at the bottom a bit more. And now the 6 flip-flops between these spots. I think all of this here is unreachable, which gives us this pocket that this 5 needs to fill in. And it also has to fill in this pocket down here. This cell over here is unreachable. Okay, this bit of water needs to connect to the rest, but it's blocked off here, so it has to go over here. The 5 has to go down a bit to prevent a pool from forming, and it does so over here. Goes up a bit. This goes up a bit to connect to the rest. 3 loops around. This bit of water has to extend here, reading this pocket which needs to be filled. 6 goes out. This either connects to the 5 or to the 6. Something has to fill in this spot here to prevent pools from forming in this corner. That's got to connect to the 6, I believe. Yeah, all the other numbers are out of range. So it's got to connect directly over here. Let's see what else we've got. On the left side, I think there are unreachable cells in these positions. So we've either got the 2 going up or the 3 going down like so to prevent pools from forming over here. This cell here is unreachable. Not quite enough information over there. This 6 can only go up 1 space, so it goes 2 to the left. This is blocked off. The 7 and the 5 only extend up to these points here. This 4 can only extend up to this point here. So this spot over here is filled in to prevent the pool. The spot goes up either to the 5 or to the 7. So in both cases, this is water. Now, if this connects to the 5, there's all this space over here, which has to be pool prevented from the 8, which only has 4 spaces to go. So it's impossible for that to both reach this top 2x2 area as well as this side next to this existing wall. So this is not going to be connected to the 5, it's going to be connected to the 7. This 2 is still flip-flopping here. This 3 still has options. It's going to depend on connectivity at the end. This spot over here is water because if this is land, it connects to the 4, and this bit of water is sad. But like that's another small little nothing deduction, so I don't want to make too many of those. I want to make deductions that actually make sense. Here the 5 goes out. As I said before, something needs to reach this area. All of this is unreachable, and this pocket needs to be filled in. And I think if it gets filled in by the 8, that doesn't leave enough room for the 5 over here, so the 5 actually connects to this. That means the 8 fills in this pocket. But then it can still go over here on the left or over here on the right. Swap those around. It can go over here on the left or over here on the right. Okay. This cell here is now unreachable, which means the 3 goes to this spot. I'm going to say the 8 can't go 2 to the left because that creates this isolated bit of water. In fact, this bit of water needs to connect on this diagonal. I'm just looking through trying to find something. The 5 and the 6 here seem like they would be restrictive a lot for the area because those are very big regions. But I can't quite see how those work out just yet. Okay, so let's go through diagonal walls. There's this wall over here, this wall over here, and it goes up over here as well. And if this is land, then we'll have a diagonal disjoint connection going over these 2 large holes. So the water has to connect through the top over here. So we have this connection up top, and that's got to connect through this bit somehow. Either along the right side here or along the left side over here. Now we do also have a diagonal disjoint connection over here. The diagonal wall over here. If we start the bottom center, we go over the 6, we go over the 4, and then if we go from the 8 to the 5 over here, we need the water to connect through this spot. That fully maxes out the 8, that maxes out this 5, that gives us the 3. The water needs to go down here. And from this point, it connects to the rest of the water on the left side. That means this water has to go around the 2. It's got to go up here between the 3 and the 4. 4 goes down a little bit here, and now it's got to connect up. This water has to jump across this grid line either here or here. And this would restrict the 5 too much, so it's got to go over here. That gives us the 3. And then it's got to go up, because if this is land, then that creates a wall. So that gives us our 5 and our 4. This water goes down to connect to the rest. If this is water, that creates a pool, so this is land. It's water here, because if this is land, then this is also land. This water connection has to happen somehow. I think this is still ambiguous. This is fine if we want to reach more stuff with the 6 over here. And we can also do this here if we want the 6 to stay flat. So let's look at a different place. This bit of water needs to extend a bit here, and all the water at the bottom needs to connect to this. I don't think we can have a cell of land here because that either connects to the 4 isolating this, or this would create another diagonal wall. So this is water. There's a water connection here that goes to the left of this 4 and underneath that 4. Somehow. This cell here, if this was land, it has to connect to the 4, and that isolates this water, so this is water. This is hell being land is fine because it can connect to the 4, but that creates this pool. So this is wall hugging. Going around the 4. If this cell is water, that is bad news for the 4 up top, so this is land. If this cell here is land... Oh, that's fine because it can belong to this 4. Oh yeah, but this means we have the way our bottom part resolves. And that creates this corner which the 4 needs to fill in. And now this cell is unreachable, creating 2 pockets for the 4 and the 5 to fill. Oh, but that's bad for the 3. I did something wrong. Did I mess up here? I think I might have messed up. Damn. This connection has to happen. But this cell up here needs to be landed in that case. Damn. Hold up, let me... I think the rest of this is accurate, so... I'm gonna go back a bunch. Maybe I messed something up with this wall hugging thing. Right. When I said land here, I didn't account for the 6. That's my bad. So it is probably something like this to fill in the excess land. Okay. Yep, that's on me. And this water still has to connect, so either we have this case happening or this case happening. That depends on how the 6 is going to go. I actually think if this 6 connects over here, that means this 5 doesn't have any place to go. The 5 definitely takes this cell, which means the water needs to connect around the outside. Okay, I could have gotten this a lot earlier, which would have given me the 6 going down. I think I did this in the wrong order. But yeah, there we have it. I managed to unbreak it. Let's go. Easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, these are not the numbers 1, 2, 3 I was thinking of. Let's see here. These 5s go out. This bit of water is in between them. This 5 goes out. Bits of water between those 5s. Water between the 4s here. There's this little 1. This bit of water goes out. 3 goes out here. There's this pool, which is in danger of forming, and the only number which can reach those, nothing from above, it's got to be the 7 from underneath. So this water goes out. These 4s are separated. Nothing reaches these cells. This 5 just barely goes down here. This 5 barely goes down here. That gives us pockets for this 4 and this 5. That gives us a pocket for this 5 up above. If this is water, this is also water, which forms a pool. And this has to connect to the 4, because if it connects to the 5, this water is isolated. Alright. We've got this 2 restricting this 5 and this 5 a lot. This 5 can only go up 1 spot, so it's got to go to the right, to the left here. I keep messing up my right and my left in my instructions here, which is truly a puzzler moment. This 2 goes up or to the left here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this 4 blocks the 11 off, so it's got to go over here. And that's 10 cells, so it flip-flops between these 2 cells. This 5 goes out. That's completed, actually. This 4 has to go over here. This water goes down. And now, what do we have? This 5 goes down here to the pocket. We just need to connect everything at the end. Unreachable cells in these spots give us pockets here which have to be reached by these 5s. This spot is unreachable now, giving us this pocket for the 4 and this pocket for the 11. This 5's got to go out. These bits of water have to connect. This 4 is squished in. Bit of water has to connect, giving us this 4. Bit of water has to go out here. Now that 4 up top is restricted. This 4 flip-flops here, so that's water. This 5 has to go up a bit to prevent the pool from forming. This spot here is land in this corner, so that's got to connect to the 6. This bit of water has to extend. That satisfies the 5. This bit's unreachable. This cell here is just barely reachable by the 5, so no deductions there. Actually, no, this cell here cannot be reached by this 5 because that would go next to that 5. And if it is reached by this 5 over here, even if it goes like all the way to the top, the 4 being here is a problem because that bit of water is isolated. So this is actually water. These cells are land, and this has to connect to the 4. This connects to this 5. This bit of water, this bit of land either connects to this 5 or this 5 over here. This pocket here has to connect to this 5 up above. It's only got one more cell it can take. We're so close, come on. Alright, I'm going to take a look at how the water is connected. We've got a bunch of regions over here and over here. These are all still a little bit disjoint, but they can connect together really easily. There's this big region of water at the top over here, which is all connected. There's a lot of straight lines here. Let's see then. I think this cell here, if this is land, that's bad because this bit of water would have to connect to the rest like so. This is water, which gives us a pocket for the 4 to take. And what else is left? This being disconnected is bad because the 5 would have to go like this, and that leaves no room for the 6. So these are connected. This pocket has to be filled in by the 5, and then it flip-flops between these spaces. This is water, but actually more directly, this bit of water has to connect to the rest. That also gives us a pocket for this 5 to fill in. Wait, no, we don't have to fill in this cell here quite yet. But we do have to make this here land, because if it's water, this is also water, and that forms a pool. This has to connect to the 5 up above. This 5 goes up. I think if these are disconnected, that's bad, because this would have to be water. And then this bit of water is disconnected. So this connection actually does happen here. If this is water, then nothing can reach this cell, and that forms a pool, so this is land. We flip-flop between these spaces, so this is water. This 4 goes down a bit to reach this 2x2. So now nothing can reach this spot anymore. That is going to go to the 4 up above. This corner is filled in by the 5. Just a little bit more. I think the 6 can't go like this because it would create a pool down here. It can't go like this because it'll create a pool down here. So it can't extend 2 spaces in the same direction. It's got to take 2 spaces on, or like 1 space on each of the rows. That creates 2 pockets here, which this 5 fills in. And we just cascade pockets over here. And there we go. Fortified. Alright, well, my recording session got interrupted, so I am redoing this puzzle here. But yeah, it's been a few days, and I actually got a haircut in between. So let's see how this puzzle is going to go. This is going to be the last in this special challenge pack here. We're going to separate the numbers which are close to each other here. And we also have these ones, which we can just isolate right away. This 5 is going to definitely take this space. This water is going to go out. 5's going to go out a little bit more too. This bit of water here has to connect to the rest, and these 4s have to go out a little bit as well. This 4 can only go down 1 because of the 3, so it goes 1 to the left here. This 4 flip-flops here. And let's see where this goes. I don't think this can be land because then these both have to be land as well, otherwise they'll be disjoint water. So this 3 hugs the wall here and the water goes out. This water has to go out as well. And let's see here. I think there's some cells that can't be reached by the numbers over here. This cell I don't think can be reached because if it is, then pools will form at the bottom. So this is water, which gives us a pocket that the 4 reaches. I think something like water cell here will lead to a conflict because this 4 is going to go down here and this 4 is going to go up here, and this bit of water is going to be isolated. So this is land. That means this 4 has to go to the right. This 4 going up is still fine because the water can go over here. And this water can pass through this spot here, so that's fine. But yeah, the 5 takes this because it's got to hug the wall. This is water for same reasons as here, and it goes up, but we don't have to fill in these quite yet. But yeah, this one, I just completely didn't see that one up there. Let's see, what have we got next? I think this cell here is barely out of reach of all the 4s. This one's going to be out of reach as well because the 3 is the only number in range, and if it goes up to this one, a pool will form down here. So this bit of water needs to escape somehow. Like, it needs to connect to the rest of the grid. And passing through these 3s over here, it can either do it like this or like this. But if it does it like this, it creates this corner, which it can't escape from. So either way, it's got to do this. If the 3 goes here, this bit of water is isolated. That gives us how the 3 is going to go. And 4 as well. The water is going to go out and it's going to create this pocket here. And what have we got then? This is definitely land because if it's water, then this is all water too. And what's next? I think this cell is only reachable by the 4, and if it isn't reached by the 4, so if this is water, nothing can reach these cells here, so this has to be landed, it has to connect to the 4. That means this cell of land here is definitely connected to this 4 low. This cell here is unreachable. That is it, though. This cell's definitely water. If it's land, that's a connection to either this 3 or this 5, and either way, it's bad for the water that's at the top. This bit of water has to connect here. This pocket has to be reached. I guess this 5 is still okay. As is this 5. No, this 5 is not okay because this bit of water would be isolated. So we only have one way we can fill in this corner, actually. This bit can't be reached because of the 2, and that gives us a corner to fill. And that gives us the 4 as well. I think this is land because if it's water, then this corner here can't be filled by anything. And now this water's got to escape. This bit has to connect to the 5 here as well. And we should have some cells in this big empty space which can't be reached. This 4 can only take 2 more. This 3 can only take 2 more. This 5 can only take 2 more. This 1 can only take 1 more. This 5, I mean. And this 4 and this 4 can only go up to 3 more spaces into this territory. I think the only space that actually can't be reached right now is here. Here as well. And that's actually it. That's kind of rough. But that means the 5 can't be here, otherwise a pool gets generated. And that means this pocket exists now, which is connected to this 4 over here. That seems like nothing can reach this place. That creates a pocket which the 5 has to fill. This bit of water goes up. This 3 has to go down 1 because it can't go up 2. And next up, this 4 definitely has to take one of these cells to prevent a pool from forming here. But yeah, this bit of water has to escape here. And then it either takes both like this or like this. I think this is bad, because it creates these 2 pockets which both have to be filled in for the 3. So the water connection between this part and this part happens across this line in this spot. This pocket has to be filled in by the 4. This pocket as well. This 4 can still flip-flop, but it should probably be like this, right? Anyways, this 4 definitely takes this cell of land, because if not, it's restricted. Nothing can reach this space anymore. We still have 2 possible ways the right side can go. The water connection between this bit and the rest happens over here. Looks like this. And if the water connection happens over here, it sort of looks like this. Oh yeah, either way, this is definitely water. And I think this is what... Wait, no. Hold up. This feels weird. If this water connection happens, yeah, then there's isolated water in this place, so that is not the case. We are actually going to have to do this here. This bit is land and it connects to one of these 4s. This bit can't be land anymore. I don't think this bit can be land anymore either, so this is water, which gives us 2 pockets to fill, and that completes our 2 4s over here. Now this 4 is going to take a bit more space inside here. I think it's got to fill something in this pocket to prevent the pool. Actually, this pocket here might be more dangerous. This cell here can't be reached by the 4, can't be reached by this 4, and if the 5 reaches it, then it creates all of these pools, so that's bad. This cell here can't be land. So this cell here in the corner is land and it connects to this 4. That gives us these pockets to work with, or this pocket, singular. This cell is out of range. These pockets need to be filled. This one as well. And there we go. Okay. That was pretty neat. I think the others in this pack were a little bit harder, so this was a bit easier than I was expecting out of the last challenge ascent level. Let's go to the credits. Art from Aleksis. Alright. This 5 is going to go up. This water is going to go up. This 6 is restricted to 6 spots. This 5 goes up as well. This 6 goes to the left. This bit of water just needs to escape between the 6s and the 5s. This 5 goes to the right. It's got 2 spots where it can go, so this flip-flops. This 2 flip-flops as well. This 3 goes out and flip-flops between these spaces, so that resolves the 2 and the 5. This bit of water goes out here, which gives us the 3. So we've got this bit of water in the top left, which has to connect to the rest. That's going to go up and around. We have these 2s, which are resolvable. This 4 goes out and flip-flops between these spots. That's going to go like this with the 5 above it. This corner here has to be filled by the 5 because that can't be water by itself. We have these unreachable cells on the left, which gives us a pocket for the 2. And now we just gotta fill in the bottom part. I'm going to say this here is land because if it's water, we have bad stuff happening. Either way this is going to go, we have a wall of water in these spots. There's 2 flip-flops here, so this is water. This bit of water has to go out, which resolves the 2 and the 3. Now this water is going to go in between here somehow. I think if the 5 extends down to here, it's going to leave not enough room, so this is water. Water connection happens through here. This 3 and the 5 go up a little bit more. This as well. And now this 3, it definitely has to take this one so no pools form and then the water goes around it. And now we just have to connect these. And there's the A. Alright. Hold up. Oh, which was this? Okay, the Hebs by Wiebke. Alright. Let's see here. Got this 4 in the corner. This bit of water is going to go all the way around. Oh yeah, it's like a snake, I guess. I wonder if this relates at all to the word hibi, which is in the name for the snake puzzle genre. Anyways, the 5 can only reach up to here. So nothing can reach up to here, and then the 5 fills in the pocket. Got these 4s. The water has to pass through this bit. Water has to pass through this bit as well. So it hugs the corner. This 2 flip-flops here. Oh yeah, this can't be land, then there's... because then there's like this diagonal wall again. 2 flip-flops here. 4 has to go down a bit, so the water connection goes down as well. And yeah, the 4 flip-flops here, so this is water. The 3 can only go up 1 space, so it definitely goes down 1 space. It means the water has to go around it here. 5 goes over here. This water connection has to happen in this spot. 2 going here would make a wall. This 4 definitely has to go 1 to the left. Let's see. I think this spot is unreachable. This one as well. if this 3 goes up, it's going to put water in these spots and water in these spots, and that creates a pool. So the 3 has to go down here. Four has to go to... It can only go down 2, so it's got to go to the left one, which means the water has to go out, and then the 4 has to keep going up. Let's see, this has to be land because if it's water, then we have a pool. Oh yeah, these 3s being here means the water has to go up and down, both of those. And then the 3s have to go down a bit to prevent pools from forming here. That means they have to take this bit of land as well. So that's how this resolves. The water connection here happens either here or here, and this is bad because this spot can't be reached by the 2. So that resolves our left side. This spot here is unreachable, this pocket has to be filled, as well as hugging the wall. And there we go, almost done here. This bit of water needs to go out. We have how the 2 is going to go. If this is land, then that's bad because it would connect to the 4 and isolate this bit of water. So this is water. The 4 definitely goes over here to prevent the pool. This cell is unreachable. That gives us some more corners to fill. And this bit needs to connect to the rest. This corner needs to be filled. There we go. Alright, one last one. Greatest hits with Samuli. And we finally have some more pairs and line clues as well. So I'm going to guess this is like supposed to be some sort of natural flow progression, so let's try doing it that way. We've got the 2 and the 3. These are separated like so. Water is going to go over here, and it's of course going to flow through the entire puzzle like so. These 4s have to go a little bit to the right to not make pools, but they have to go to the left because we need the space. This connection happens and they're separated here. This 3 has to prevent all pools here, so like prevent something in this area, prevent something in this area. This is the only way that's going to work out. This bit of water goes over here. We have an 11 and a 6 that we need to separate. Let's just do these ones first. This corner has to be filled. This water has to connect. Actually, that gives us this 4. This water has to keep going in this direction. Nothing fills this spot, so this is land. It either connects to the 4 or the 3. The 4 does not go down. This is the only space where we can put this 4 line. This bit of water goes out. The water connection has to happen here. Let's see how this 11 is gonna go. Gotta fill in this spot to prevent the pool from happening over here. Actually, this bit of water has to escape. If we have water here, this corner has to be filled, which is bad. So we have this bit as land and this water goes across. This water just has to hug the wall in general, I think. And we have these bits, forces land. That is 10 cells, I believe. So we need one more. Oh, it's a heart. Ah, nice. This 4 and this 3 are going to connect. So I think they wall hug as well. This 4, if it goes to the right, it's going to isolate this here. So it's going to go... Oh yeah, these 4s are connected, and I think they have to wall hug as well, otherwise they separate water at the top. This connects to the 3. This, I think, has to wall hug as well. And then we indent one more cell here. We have a whole bunch of water here, which we need to connect from the left or from the bottom to the right. Either way, it goes through here. The 3 has to go 1 to the left to prevent this pool, which means this water goes around like so. Okay, and I'm just gonna say this is the only way the water connects from both the left side, the bottom right, and the top right. Around the 4, and the 3 here. That might have been a bit hasty, but it is what it is. Alright. This 11 goes up to these spots here, so this is unreachable. These are all unreachable. And this 11 needs to fill in this pocket. So this is all water. Because the 11 spans from here to here, the water goes around it like so. And that means the 11 needs to reach this spot. So it just straight up hugs the wall there. We have our 6 as well. And now let's see how these lines resolve. There's a whole bunch of spots that the lines cannot reach. This corner here has to be filled in by... Huh? Okay, this corner has to be filled in by the 4. None of these cells here are reachable. This 4 has to go horizontal, this 4 has to go vertical. Has to go 1 to the left to fill in this potential pool. This 2 goes up. Oh yeah, and this spot here, these spots can still be filled from the bottom up with the 3s and the 5s. So this 3 region is already 6 large, it can't connect to the other 3. Gotta connect to the 5 to make it an 8 region, and that is already maxed out. It takes this or that. So this 3 and this 5 are going to connect now as well. And these have to take 8 cells. Oh yeah, now that this is land, the water connection happens here, which gives us our 4 and our other 4. So the water connection here has to happen in this spot. I don't think this can be land, because then the water connection would have happen through here, and that creates a pool indirectly. This is water. This is land, which connects to the 5 and the 3 pair. This water goes around it. We have one more bit filling out this pool and one more bit filling out this pool, but this water connection has to happen. So there we go. That is the entire campaign of Nurikabe World finished. And there we have it. We still have daily puzzles and infinite mode. So, I guess let's just see one daily puzzle here. These are generated so they'll be a little bit smaller, but I like that they're still on non-standard grid shapes here. This 8's gonna go out a little bit more here. This 4 goes down. This bit of water has to go out, going around the 4. This 6 has to take some more space down below. This spot here is unreachable between the 2s. I don't think this spot here can be reached by the 8 because that creates all this isolated space up above. Same thing with this spot here. isolated space up above. That creates a pocket for this 2 to fill. And we need one more space of water up above. Yeah, this pocket gets filled by the 4. So this water, one bit of water needs to be used to connect this here to this. This water needs to connect down to the rest. That happens through this passageway. This bit here is unreachable. This bit here is unreachable for the 2 and the 6. That gives us this pocket, which the 2 needs to fill. This spot needs to be filled to prevent pools. This spot is land. If this spot was land, that would have to connect to the 6 and make this bit of water here unfillable. So this is water, but we need to go up to here to make sure no pools form. And I think I do see it. Yeah, I think this 6 has to connect like so, and then we'll get this pattern here for 4 and the 2. If we try it the other way around, if this 6 goes like this, then this bit of water would need to connect to the rest, but that sort of creates this diagonal wall, separating the 2 large chunks of water. Yeah, not that elegant of an ending deduction, but this is like daily puzzle. I think these are generated. I'm not sure if they're generated or like handmade. But yeah, that was today's heart puzzle. So yeah, that's just to show you how the hard puzzles look like. And yeah, there's infinitely generated puzzles like these as well. Okay, Islands I guess is like a vanilla one, but Hard Winter will give you a space like this. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna say that's all for me today. And I hope you enjoyed my Nurikabe world playthrough. Please leave a comment if you want me to play a different game here on this channel, and I'll take a look at it. I really like games like these, which are based on grid logic, and yeah. But in the future, what I've got going on for me is I'm going to the German Logic Puzzle Championship in a week, Logic Masters, so I'll be doing my best there. And yeah, I've been dragging this outro out for too long. Bye bye.